Hey, Brad, throw me the
Toss you the pigskin?
Toss you the pigskin. Whoa, dude, I caught it. Ellis is like, none of this is gonna be in it. Just stop. I'm not even filming right now. He's not even filming.
I actually recorded all of that.
Hey guys, on today's video we're gonna be talking about how on my first day of my internship, I was put in charge of a film festival. Pretty crazy, check it out.
Okay, Luke, tell me your life story.
Where to begin, man? I guess like birth? I'll fast forward a few years.
I guess the best way to get started is like the history of Sozo Bear Presents A Night of the Movies.
Brad and I started this festival together 4 years ago now. First year, we just basically had local filmmakers submit their shorts. We live in a smaller town, and I think it's an exciting event for people because they get a little chance to see what it's like going to a film festival, what it's like going to a movie premiere, and having your photo made on the red carpet.
So at this point, 2021, we're in the fourth year of A Night of the Movies. With our workload, it became very difficult for Luke and myself to balance all the aspects of our jobs within the company and managing this film festival.
So when I had my interview with Brad and Luke, we were just talking about the basics of what my internship was gonna be, and it was a lot of like, you're gonna be answering emails and talking with clients, and at the very end of it, they're like, how do you feel about doing a film festival? And I was like, stop the clock. That's crazy. Never like thought they would, one, trust an intern to like help them with that. Two, I had zero prior experience with anything in film, so they were putting a lot of trust in me. So it was a lot of new, a lot of new, and it was a little bit terrifying.
You know, as Luke kind of moved towards working on more of the TikToks and some of the creative stuff.
Honestly, I didn't have to do as much this year. Brad and Amanda pretty much did everything.
It was kind of both of us putting our heads together, figuring out the merch, figuring out all the poster designs, you know, plotting out the night. It was great working with her. I think she has, you know, a knack for it.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience, and I really enjoyed like going from being somebody who knew nothing about the film industry, nothing about film festivals, to being someone in just a couple months who's actually run one.
Brad and Amanda did a fantastic job, and Ellis and I just got to come and hang out for the night.
I'm here to just watch some movies, eat some pizza, and have a good time.
A lot of my job was sitting down and either responding to filmmakers that have already sent their stuff, or it was going on websites and trying to find films to be in the festival. So contacting directors, contacting actors and being like, hey, you have a great film, we really want it to be in the film festival, so let me know.
Brad called me one day. I was like driving home from my grandmother's house, I believe, and I had just gotten the news that I was in the Indie Memphis Youth Film Festival. Within the last 24 hours, I'd actually learned about 3 different festivals. I learned about All-American High School Film Festival, Georgia Film Festival, and Indie Memphis Youth Film Fest. And then Brad calls me and he's like, hey, how would you like to be in a film festival you didn't submit to? And I was like, I would love it. And so that's how Kay got into Night at the Movies.
As it started getting closer to like August, I was like, wait, there's a lot more to a film festival than just getting the films for the film festival. We need to start working on merch, we need to start working on ticket sales. So the only way we were able to get this festival running is by getting sponsors. Sponsors help a lot. So going door to door, getting into the community, trying to get funds from them, and then also giving them something in return for their generosity.
Why do you need sponsors? Because otherwise you're gonna go broke trying to pay for everything yourself. A venue, you've got to rent a venue, event insurance. Super boring stuff like that. If you're gonna print merchandise that you're gonna sell, that's gonna be some upfront costs that you gotta have to pay for before you can sell the stuff and hopefully make that money back. All that being said, that's why you need sponsors. So for us, we usually go to local businesses, local restaurants, and we talk to them about why they should sponsor this event. And really it's because it's an opportunity for them to showcase their brand in front of our audience. By having their logo on our flyers, on our posters, on our promotional stuff online, now people can see not only their logo and like hear about their business, but also see that they support the arts. You know, they support their local community.
The Holly Theater is a very historic and beloved theater in Dahlonega, and it's kind of like a staple for Dahlonega. There's plays there all the time, there's concerts, it's a huge venue, and I think we're the only ones that do an actual film festival there. So the thing that stressed me out the most was actually the day of the festival. We're getting there, we're getting everything set up, and then it seems like one after another, things are just kind of stacking up like this is an issue, we need to solve it really, really quickly.
The night of the event, we get there and we find out that the curtains aren't working. The venue, the Holly Theater, awesome, really cool venue, has just remodeled. Because of that, some of these things, they're still getting the kinks out of them. And one of those things is the curtains. And they couldn't get the curtains to come all the way down. I mean, we're literally getting pretty close to showtime and we're still trying to figure out how to drop the curtains. Otherwise, people are just gonna see a warehouse-looking back wall thing. As you can see, it just won't come down evenly. Sometimes you gotta roll with the punches. So instead, we're just gonna lift the whole thing up and pull the black curtains behind it. It'll still look cool. So, you know, you're gonna have to embrace those things, try to take them in stride, because ultimately you wanna get in the right headspace, especially if you're hosting the event, so that you can go out on stage and then talk to everybody like you're not totally stressed out and losing your mind, because people don't like to watch that on stage.
Next, we forgot all of the cash at home for the merch table and the tickets. So right now we're cashless. We have no refund money at all. I'm running all the way back to Luke's house, getting the cash, getting everything that we need. And then I also had to grab pizzas for everyone. So I'm driving like 92 miles per hour on back roads in Dahlonega. This is mountain town, so I'm flying off the cliffs.
Brad was like, I need you to run per presenter. And he was like, the entire show, you're in charge of the pacing of that. So, and I was like, well, that's no pressure. I can do that. No, yeah, sure. I'll admit, I was a little nervous when I got up there. Once I got into the flow of it and was realizing like, oh, I just need to hit play every, 8 to 10 minutes. It gets less stressful then. There was only at one point that I was like, oh man, I should do something. One of the shorts particularly, it was probably like a 12-minute short, and then they had like 4 minutes of credits, and it was like one name would pop up every 30 seconds. So I texted Luke and I was like, hey, should I cut these credits? And then at that point the credits ended, and that was like the most embarrassing moment of my life. And like, I wasn't even like on the stage. I was just so embarrassed up there and no one could even see me.
There were certainly some roadblocks along the way. I keep hearing Roblox. That curtain wouldn't lower, and Luke was just like, oof.
So we split it into like 2 sections. So the first half is just half of the short films. Then we did a break in the middle to have a Q&A with 2 of the student directors. One of them is Sam. He actually worked with us.
And he's also editing this video.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Amanda.
Being on stage with Brad and Luke was just a really great opportunity, and I really loved like everything coming together and knowing that they've been like mentors for me and like bosses, but also friends. I have the privilege of working with extremely talented people every single day, and being able to see their work on a big screen and seeing everyone's faces in the crowd and just seeing how amazed and astonished and proud they are of their work, it really just made me feel really happy because I get to be a part of it.
It was really good because 2020 we did it online due to the pandemic. It's a whole different energy when you're in that theater space together with people.
So a lot of film festivals you go to, maybe like 3 or 4 days long, but the reason we decided from the beginning to do just one night was so we could just pack that theater out so that all of the filmmakers could be sure that it would be a full theater watching their movies. When you're in a room full of people, the atmosphere is just amazing.
I think the other aspect of it too is just watching the reaction of filmmakers who show up in attendance. This year we had Sam Morgan, who you know from being an intern here for Sozobear Films, and then Chandler Thornton. He's another local filmmaker, and I know for both of them, it was like the first time they both got to, see their movies in person.
Night at the Movies 2021 was also a big event for me personally because my film K actually screened at the festival, and it was the first time I ever got to see one of my movies on a theater screen in front of real human beings. Usually I show it to my imaginary friends.
I know specifically for Sam, it was such a huge experience because you're watching something labor of love, something you've worked on so much. Even if you show it to some friends and family, it's always good, but when you see a full audience, watch your movie, that makes all the difference. Yeah! Night at the Movies!
Hey, so if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll see when we post new videos, and we probably got a link over here or a subscribe button somewhere on the screen. So just click one of those.